Hello, farming friends, and welcome back to another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 with me, your buddy, Mr. Moose. Coming to you from our North Brabant farm this morning, and we're right here on the front steps of the house because we're not here to do some harvesting. We're here to talk about a mod and do a little mod showcase for you. Today, we are going to be talking about the new machinery rentals mod that can be found at the official Farming Simulator website, farming-simulator.com. It's called Machinery Rental. And what is it? Well, it's a nice little mod that allows you to rent any machinery that you have in the game currently. So let's say anything that is stock, as well as any of the mods that you've installed, you can now rent those instead of having to purchase them. So maybe there's something that you just need for one time. You don't have to purchase it and then resell it. All you got to do is rent it. That includes all your tractors, everything. Front end loader attachments, big transporters, semis, combines. Everything you can think of, you can now rent it in game with this nice, wonderful mod. So how did we get this mod? We're going to go to farming-simulator.com, and which is the official website. And then you're going to, on the menu bar, click on mods. Go to the latest mods, and you'll see it listed there. It's got an icon as a couple of keys. So just like this little icon right here, okay? You're looking for that icon. You're going to download the file, save it to your computer, and it's going to come as a nice self-extraction file. So it's a .exe file, an executable. You'll double-click on it, and it will unzip all the files that you need and put them right into your mods folder. You don't have to do a thing other than just double-click and then launch the game. You'll come into the game, and to open up this menu that I have here on screen, you're just going to do Control and P, which P is normally for the store. You're just going to add the left Control and P to open up this and access this part of the menu. From there, you just pick the piece of equipment you want to rent. You rent it, and it's going to appear for you, and you're going to have it for 24 48, however many days you want to rent it. So here's your day rent duration. You can change that all the way up to 10 days. So you can rent something for 10 total days. Then you have to re-rent it again. There's no limit on how many times you can rent something. It's just the rent duration. If you rent something for more than 10 days, you might as well have bought it. But anyways, so how much money are we talking about saving? Well, if we go into our regular store and we look at some items in here just offhand, like we jump in here into Forestry and we look at the Scorpion King, which everybody loves. It's $317,000 to purchase that. So let's say you're just starting out on a map and you really want to do Forestry. Who hasn't bought this game? I know when I first got the game and I got into it, I did a little agriculture and I really wanted to experience the forestry side of it, but I didn't want to do the chainsaw and the delimbing. I wanted to be able to use the Ponzi Scorpion King and use it, cut my logs down, and then just load them up and haul them and sell them. Well, with this, I could rent it, and I could rent the Steepa trailer here, which is $54,000. I could rent those two pieces of equipment and I could get right into forestry without having to shell out $171,000. So $371,000. $371,000 is what you would need to get forestry started with these two pieces of equipment. That's not even mentioning a chainsaw, but you could do it with just these two pieces of equipment. It's $371,000. What's that going to cost you in the rental mod? Well, we'll bring it up and we'll jump over to Forestry. And under Forestry equipment, our trailer rents for 1 day. Let's come down. For 1 day, $4,320. Okay? And then the Scorpion King we could rent for $25,000. So basically we're talking roughly about $30,000. For $30,000 we can get started into forestry. Folks, I don't know if you've done much forestry. That trailer right there, when you take it to sell, you're going to get $30,000. So 2 loads, even on a bad day, 2 loads of wood is going to pay for your daily rental. Think of the amount of money you could bank in 1 day of rentals if you just did forestry. So it's a little OP in that sense because forestry is OP. Let's admit it. You can bank some serious cash if you do 1 day of forestry, and if you don't have to pay the full price for the equipment, you can really do even better. So that's just one option for you. Another option to consider is like in our situation with the North Brabant map. When we got it, field number 45 was planted in sugar beets. Except we didn't get any equipment to start sugar beets, and playing on hard mode, we had no money, no resources to get started, so we were just stuck with, the basic equipment. Well, I could have harvested the first couple of fields, taken that money, and we could have harvested that sugar beet field, and we would have had that to help us out. Now, let's be honest, in hard mode, it's probably not going to help us out too much because sugar beets, the price, the yield, that size field, we might have gotten 2,500, 3,000 liters of sugar beets, which without doing the complete math at the going price, I might have made $10,000, $12,000. How much is that machinery going to rent for? Well, let's just look, for sugar beets, beet harvesting, I could have rented the topper for $1,360 and $1,360, and I could have rented the harvester for $7,040. So basically, what we're talking, $8,400 to rent it. I would have made about $4,000 in profit, maybe more, depending on what our actual harvest was. Might not have been the best investment, but it would have been a way to utilize that field and get going. Maybe you want to get into potato harvesting really quick, and so you can get your pigs set up. Well, then you can just come over here. You can rent the potato topper. In all honesty, you probably want to rent the drivable if you got the $38,000 to rent. $38,000 for a day. Well, if you're going to get into potato harvesting, go ahead and plant you 2 full fields of potatoes and justify that $38,000. It sure beats the $419,000 that it takes to get into potato harvesting. Let's look. Beet harvesting, potato harvesting, $479,000. I was a little bit off there. Yeah, so $38,000 would be a small price to pay. So how does all this work, you're asking probably? Well, like I said, Control P gets you into the menu. You pick the item you want to rent, and in this instance, I'm just going to go ahead and drop the beet harvesting equipment. So we're going to grab, let's go ahead and grab this guy. When I click on rent, it says I vehicle rent. And then I do the same thing for the rooster. Vehicle rent, and I have rented it. Now, where does that equipment go? I'm sure you're thinking, well, let's jump into our tractor and head on over to the shop, right? Wrong. The vehicles, when you rent them, you get them delivered to the farm. So they're going to show up immediately right here on your farm, wherever your reset point is. And in our case, that's right over here by the bunker. So there I have both pieces of equipment, and now I have those for the next 24 hours. How do I know how much time is remaining on them? Well, we're going to jump in our tractor and we're going to go over here. I will show you this. They do not show, now that we have them, they are not in our inventory anywhere. So if I jump into the garage and I thumb through the equipment that we actually own, you will notice that nowhere on here does it show the potato, the beet topper, or the beet harvester. It's just not in here. So how do you know the duration of how much time you have left on the rental? Well, you're going to have to get in your vehicle, and we'll fire up our tractor here, our little John Deere. And we'll ride over here and spin around, and we'll back up on there. All right, let's pull up next to this thing, back onto it, and get connected up. Alright, so now that I'm connected up, if I bring up my help menu, you're going to notice that right there in the corner, it's going to show me rent time. And it shows me I have 23 hours, 55 minutes remaining on my rental. It also shows me that I can extend the rental on it by hitting the number key 7. So let's say time's ticking away, I'm not done with my harvest yet. Instead of having to go back into the app and rent, which I'll be honest with you, I haven't done that. If I wanted to rent it for another day, if I did that, it would probably pop a second one down here. And you know what? Since this is a mod showcase and we are testing things out, let's go ahead and jump in here. And we'll say rent for 1 day and hit vehicle rent back. And yep, it popped a second one out here. So if you do need to rent and you need to extend for another day, you use the numerical key to extend the rent. Don't go into the shop and rent it a second time, or it will drop a second one on your farm. So there it is. That's the basics for you. And I'm assuming that at the end of 24 hours, it is just going to go ahead and take those away from us. I don't think I have to take it to the shop. But you know what the beauty of this game is? We can fast forward in time and see just exactly what happens at the end of 24 hours. So let's cue the music and see what happens. I'm just kidding. I'll hum a little song for you. Never mind. I don't want to pay copyright. Alright, well, as you can see, we're coming right up on the time when this is about 24 hours now. We rented it right around 9:30, so as time ticks away, we should be coming right up. And there they go. Boom. And that's it. So at the end of 24 hours of time, they just disappear right off your map, and you're stuck without them. You'll have to re-rent them, or hopefully you got all your work done. And that's it. That's the basics of the rental mod. I hope you found that a little bit interesting. It's something that you definitely would want to add into your mods list, just to have in case you have a need for it down the road. In my case, it would have been nice to have when we started this map off. And also for those of you who are getting started in the game and you're wanting to... Oh, here comes the rain that's supposed to be falling. Yeah, well, you know. Anyways, if you're looking to... get into the forestry part of it and you don't really have the funds when you start off a map, but you want to get involved in it, this is a great way for you to do that and not have to pay those really steep prices right in the beginning. Okay, so anyways, that's it. It's the machinery rental mod from BM Modding, and it's available at the official's giant website, which is farming-simulator.com. It's our mod spotlight for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Mr. Moose, and I hope you'll come back and join me for another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 as we continue on with our adventures. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the channel. I do new videos every single day. Until tomorrow, come on back, stay safe, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks again for watching this video, and if you made it all the way to the end, well, maybe you liked it. So give me a big old thumbs up. That like goes a long way. Also, subscribe to this channel. I will update the videos every single day, so there'll always be something new for you to see. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll come back again tomorrow. Thanks for your support.